Hello and welcome to another video by Day Night Gaming. In this video we'll be taking Culinarian from level 60 to 70 in the MMORPG known as Final Fantasy XIV. Now before we begin, we have to purchase two different shopping lists of materials that we're going to be using as our ingredients to craft. And for the first list, they can all be purchased in normal quality, as they will be used in recipes that are way under your level. So please purchase 3 Corthian tea leaves, 3 cockatrice meatballs, 2 cyclops onion, 1 flatbread, 2 logthan chump, 2 magma beet, 2 maple sugar, 2 mist dill, 2 pearl sprouts, 1 sour cream, 1 sweet fish, 1 tomato sauce, 2 volcanic rock salt, and 3 yak milk. And for this next list, if you do not intend to meld your gear with as much material as I have, then it is recommended to purchase the following in high quality, starting with 3 Abelathian rock salt, 6 Alamegan salt crystal, 3 almond, 12 bamboo shoot, 1 birch syrup, 6 black pepper, 3 buffalo milk, 1 cooking sherry, 6 cumin seeds, 1 dalamud popoto, 6 dark chestnut, 6 dragon pepper, 2 emerald beans, 3 gagana egg, 3 Gadanian walnut, 12 Gyre Albanian carrot, 3 Gyre Albanian flour, 6 Highland flour, 6 Highland oregano, 3 honey, 12 hornbill tenderloin, 1 Lanosian lettuce, 12 lotus root, 2 morel, 3 Okeanis tail, 1 olive oil, 12 oriental soy sauce, 3 sesame seeds, 12 shiitake mushroom, and 1 cereal spinach. Also, please keep in mind that these lists do not include any of the gear that we're going to be using for this video, as well as the high quality blood bowl based food that I highly recommend eating, as well as the high quality cunning craftsman syrup that I recommend drinking to boost your CP stat. Alright, so here we are in the city of Limsa at the Culinarian Guild, and I'm going to show you the gear that I use for this section of the video. Now please keep in mind that we're using the same gear that we used at the end of the previous video, so if you haven't melded your gear with materia by this time, don't worry, you do not have to, as most of these crafts are going to be way under your level. Just keep note that you're going to need at least 436 CP after food and buffs have been applied for the final recipes that we're going to be crafting, because those final 3 recipes are actually going to be very difficult to do. So here we are. We're also going to eat high quality blood bulla based food, which is going to boost our CP and control by a large amount. And we're also going to drink cunning craftsman syrup if we need any more CP to give us another boost. So here we are at the Culinarian Guild, and we're going to speak to Linksat and grab the level 50 job quest known as Wait on Me. So now I'm going to show you how to get to Melkoko, and we're going to go here quite often, so please bear this location in mind. So we're going to head to the Aetheryte telepoint right outside the Culinarian Guild, and then we're going to take the Aetheryte telepoint to the Aft Castle. And once we arrive there, we're going to head due south, and then we're going to head due east across the bridge. And here we're going to speak to Melkoko. Remember, we're going to go here quite often, so remember this location. After that, we're going to head through the double doors and speak to Humsai Tai. After that, we're going to exit and speak to Melkoko again. After that, we're going to complete the quest, and then we're going to speak to Melkoko again, and we're going to grab the level 53 job quest known as A Spoonful Less Sugar. So now we're going to head back to the Culinarian's Guild. So we're going to go ahead and take the Aetheryte telepoint there. So we're going to head all the way back across the bridge, down the stairs, and then access the Aetheryte telepoint. And once we arrive at the Culinarian's Guild, we're going to head inside and down the stairs. So here we go, through the double doors. And then we're going to speak to the Contest Council member. After that, we're going to head back to Melkoko. And then past the double doors and speak to Sanguine Siren Steerwoman. And then we're going to head back to Melkoko again. So now we're going to be crafting high quality salmon all tart, and after that we're going to craft the Ishgardian tea. So go ahead and open up your crafting log and make sure you pick salmon all tart. Do not select the rarefied version, because that's not what we're trying to craft. And then of course go ahead and eat your high quality Blood Bowl based food, and if you need to, your Cunning Craftsman syrup. So we're going to start off this craft with muscle memory, and remember this needs to be done as an opener, so it must be your first action. So here we go, we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to follow up with final appraisal, and what this ability is going to do is it's going to protect us from finishing off the progress of our next action. So no matter how much progress we would get, it would stop us one short from capping out. So in this case, we need 641 and it'll stop at 640. So then we're going to use Waste Not 2, and then we're going to use Basic Synthesis. And as you can see here, we stopped at 640, one shy of 641. Then we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And that should have used up our Waste Not 2 stacks. So now we're going to use Innovation. And then after that, we're going to try and max out our quality bar. So we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, and then Great Strides, and by our God's Blessing. And that should complete our quality bar. So now all we have to do is Basic Synthesis to complete the progress. Alright, so now we've crafted our high quality salmon all tart. So open up your crafting log, and this time we're going to search up Ishgardian tea. So here we go, put that in the recipe search bar. And we're pretty much going to be using the same rotation that we just used. So here we go, go ahead and hit the synthesize button. And we're going to start off with Muscle Memory, followed by Final Appraisal, Inner Quiet, Waste Not 2, Basic Synthesis. Now we're going to work on our quality bar, so Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Great Strides, by our God's Blessing to finish our quality bar, and then Basic Synthesis to complete the craft. So there we go, we've crafted high quality Ishgardian tea. So we're going to go ahead and turn both of those into milk cocoa now. So Ishgardian tea and Chomo all tart. Do we want to turn it in high quality? Yep. Alright, so now we're going to speak to Milk Cocoa again. And we're going to grab the level 55 job quest known as Looking for Some Hot Stuff. And then we're going to head back to the Culinarian Guild, and we're going to speak to Ling Sat, the guild master. So here we are. And then after that we're going to head back to the Aft Castle. So we're going to go ahead and take that Aetheryte telepoint right outside the Culinarian Guild. And then Aetheryte telepoint to the Aft Castle. So now we're going to speak to Rosenwen. So we're going to head towards where Milk Cocoa is, run past it through the double doors, and sitting on this chair is Rosen. So go ahead and speak to her now. After that, we're going to take the Aetheryte telepoint to the Marauders Guild. So as you can see here. And then we're going to head due south across the bridge. And then Once inside, we're going to head due east and speak to Carveling and hand over the key item. And now we're going to teleport to Ishgard using the Foundation teleport. So here we go. Open up our teleport list. And then scroll down. Or you can open up Ishgard and surrounding areas and click Foundation. And then once we arrive there, we're going to take the Aetheryte telepoint. And we're going to head to the Jeweled Crozier. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And then once we arrive, we're going to head up the steps right next to us. And we're going to speak to the House Durandare chef. And we're going to hand over the key item. So now we're going to have to craft 3 high quality items. The first one we're going to craft is high quality beet soup. So go ahead and open up your crafting log and type in beet soup. Then we're going to go ahead and synthesize. So we're going to start off with muscle memory, followed by final appraisal, inner quiet, waste not 2, basic synthesis, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. Then we're going to do innovation, basic touch, standard touch, great strides, Byregot's blessing to finish off our quality bar, and then basic synthesis to complete the craft. And there we go, we've crafted high quality beet soup. So the next item we're going to be crafting is a high quality Kaiser roll. So go ahead and open up your crafting log, and in the recipe search type in Kaiser roll. Alright, so synthesize. And we're going to start off with muscle memory, final appraisal, inner quiet, waste not 2, basic synthesis, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. So here, this is where this rotation is going to deviate from the previous one because we only have a max of durability 70 instead of 80. So instead of what we were going to do before, this time we're going to use our last waste not 2 stack on basic touch. And that will get us to 8 inner quiet stacks. Very important. So now we're at 20 durability and we're going to use the last 20 to complete the craft. So we're going to do innovation, great strides, and Byregot's blessing. And that's going to hopefully complete our quality bar. From there, we're going to finish off with basic synthesis, and that should craft 3 high quality Kaiser rolls. For our third craft, we're going to be crafting high quality grilled sweet fish. So go ahead and synthesize now. And this one's 80 durability, so this is much easier than the previous craft. So we're going to do muscle memory, final appraisal, inner quiet, waste not 2, basic synthesis, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. Then we're going to do innovation, basic touch, standard touch, great strides, Byregot's blessing to finish off our quality bar, and then ending with 1 basic synthesis to complete the craft. And there we go, we've crafted high quality grilled sweet fish. So now we're gonna head back to Limsa, and we're gonna head back to Milk Cocoa. And then we're gonna hand over all 3 high quality items. And then after that, we're gonna speak to Milk Cocoa again. And we're gonna accept the level 58 job quest known as Love Meat Tender. And then we're going to head back to the Culinarian Guild and we're going to speak to Lingsat, the Guildmaster. And now we're going to have to craft high quality cockatrice meatballs. So go ahead and open up your crafting log and type in cockatrice meatballs. And then we're going to go ahead and synthesize. And we're going to start off with muscle memory. Then inner quiet. Final appraisal. Waste not 2. Basic synthesis. Innovation. Basic touch. Standard touch. Basic touch. Standard touch. Basic touch. Standard touch. Now we're going to do innovation again. Basic touch. Great strides. Baragot's blessing. And then ending with basic synthesis. And there we go, we've crafted high quality cockatrice meatballs. So now we're going to turn them into Lingsat, the Guildmaster, to complete the quest. So I'll go ahead and hand them over. Alright, after that, we're going to head all the way back over to Milk Cocoa to grab our next quest. So here we are at the Aft Castle, and we're going to speak to Milk Cocoa, and we're going to accept the level 60 job quest known as the Spirit of Hospitality. Then after that, we're going to head to the Aetheryte Telepoint, and we're going to head to the Culinarians Guild. But once we arrive there, we're not going to head inside the Culinarians Guild, we're going to stay outside, and we're going to head due west, and we're going to speak to Delamont. Then we're going to head all the way back to Milk Cocoa. So now we're going to have to craft 3 very hard to craft high quality items. So I definitely recommend eating high quality Blood Bowl based food and high quality Cunning Craftsman syrup at this point if you haven't already been doing so. You're going to need the control boost. And if you decided to purchase high quality materials at the beginning of the video, it will help quite a large amount. So go ahead and open up your crafting log, and the first thing we'll be crafting is high quality Moro salad. And we're going to start off with muscle memory, and then we're going to follow up with inner quiet, and then we're going to use final appraisal, and now we're going to be using careful synthesis, and this is going to give us a large shot to our progress. Now it shouldn't max us out, but we have final appraisal there just in case you have already equipped your level 62 armor, which we haven't in this video, but if you already have it, feel free to do so. Alright, so now we're going to work on our quality bar. So we're going to go with Waste Not 2. Then we're going to use all of these stacks with Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. Alright, so now we're only at 10 durability, and we got to get that up because we have to do multiple actions. So we're going to use Master's Mend to bring us up to durability 40. It's very important. Alright, from there we're going to do Innovation, followed by great strides, then by our God's blessing to complete the quality bar. And then we can go ahead and end the progress bar by using basic synthesis. And there we go, we've crafted high quality morel salad. So now in our crafting log, we're going to be looking for deep fried okeanis. So go ahead and type that in the recipe search. And once again, if you are using high quality materials, that's going to give you quite a large amount of quality bar, which is going to help. We're going to start off with muscle memory, followed by inner quiet, then final appraisal, careful synthesis to give us a large amount of progress bar. Then we're going to work on our quality bar, so we're going to go with waste not 2, then basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, and then standard touch to use up all our waste not 2 stacks. Master's Mend to get us some more durability. Then innovation, great strides, by our God's blessing, and then basic synthesis to complete the craft. And there we go, we've crafted high quality deep fried okeanis. So we still have to craft one more item. So open up your crafting log, and now we're going to search up marron glace. Now make sure you don't do the rarefied one, you just want the regular marron glace, and we're going to high quality this. So we're going to start off with muscle memory, then inner quiet, final appraisal, careful synthesis. Then we're going to work on our quality bar, so waste not 2, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, and that should use up all our waste not 2 stacks. So then we're going to do Master's Mend, innovation, great strides, by our God's blessing, and then ending our progress with basic synthesis. And there we go, we've crafted high quality marron glace. So now that we have all these items, we're going to take the Aetheryte Telepoint back to the Culinarians Guild. And we're going to stay outside, and we're going to head due west, and we're going to speak to the Contest Council member. And we're going to turn in all 3 high quality items that we just crafted. So go ahead and hand them over. And then we're going to head back to Mel Coco to complete the quest. And there we go. So now we should be level 63, which is very important because we need this level to equip the next set of gear. And if you haven't already done so, then just do some crafting to get to 63. You really need to get to level 63 for the next part. So now we're going to take the Aetheryte Teleport, and we're going to head to Kugane. So go ahead and do that now. And there we go. Teleporting to Kugane, and we're going to be doing our Lev quest from here all the way up to level 70. Alright, so here we are at Kugane. Now, we don't have to go too far. We're just going to head due northwest toward the Levmet. And we're going to stand in between Caltrang, the Levmet, and Chantine. So we're going to stand right there. Now I'm going to show you the gear that I used for this section of the video. Now because we've completely upgraded most of our gear, we're only going to need 391 CP after all food and buffs have been applied. Now please keep in mind you do not need to meld your gear as deeply as I have with materia, and instead you can supplement your control stat by using high quality materials when you're crafting the items for the Lev quest, and that's going to be much cheaper than using materia. So now I've shown you that, Please keep in mind that you got to be at least level 63 to equip all that gear, but luckily we've gotten there using all our job quests getting up to this point. Now we are going to eat high quality blood bowl based food because that is going to give us a large amount of CP and control. And if you haven't reached that amount of CP that you need, feel free to use Cunning Craftsman Syrup, but I don't think you will because at this level this gear is so powerful you have quite a lot of CP. Just remember, you just need to get to at least 391 CP, which is very easy. As you can see where I'm at in the video, I have 514. That's way more than enough. Alright, so we're going to speak to Kale Train the Levmet, and we're going to grab the level 60 Lev quest, not the level 62 Lev quest, but the level 60 Lev quest. All you can stomach. This is very important, and this is a very good Lev quest. Alright, so we're going to be crafting 9 high quality baklava, but please keep in mind every time you craft, you're going to get 3 of them. So we have to craft this 3 times, and make sure you don't craft the rarefied version, but just the regular baklava. So we're going to start off with muscle memory. Then we're going to do inner quiet, followed by waste not 2. Then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. And that should use up all our waste not 2 stacks, bringing us to inner quiet 9. Then we're going to do innovation, great strides, and Byre God's blessing to complete our quality bar. And then now we're going to work on finishing off our progress. So we're going to do veneration and then careful synthesis. And there we go, we've crafted 3 high quality servings of baklava, but we have to make 9. So we have to do this 2 more times. And the nice thing about this is a very good Lev quest. This gives a large amount of EXP when you turn it in, you're going to see. So this is the reason why we ended up skipping the level 62 Lev quest and continued on with this level 60 tier. Because, yeah, it gives a lot. And also, as you can see, the gear that we upgraded into is extremely, extremely powerful, which is why we didn't need as much CP as we did earlier. So here we go, we're just crafting a few more and then we should be done. And once you've crafted your 9 high quality baklava, we're then going to turn them into Chantine, which is really close by so we don't have to move very far. So we're going to hand over the first 3 high quality baklava. Yes. Complete. Submit additional. Yes. Hand over the next 3. Yes. Complete. And submit additional. Yes. Hand over our last 3. Yes. And complete. And as you can see here, now we're level 64. So this gave us a lot of EXP. So we don't need to upgrade our gear just yet. So we're going to go ahead and speak to Kale Train the Levmet. And we're going to grab the level 64 Lev quest known as Super. And we're going to be doing this Lev quest multiple times. We're going to do it a total of 4 times. So we're going to be crafting these a lot. So we're going to be crafting high quality gameni. And each Lev quest is going to require that we turn in 9 high quality of them. And every time we craft, we're going to get 3. So we're going to start off with muscle memory, followed by inner quiet, and this recipe is much harder than the previous one, so we have to do a lot more steps. So now we're going to do final appraisal, and this is very important. And this is going to protect us from capping out our progress too early. Then we're going to do veneration. And then we're going to do waste not 2. Now you're going to notice for this specific time that we craft, it's not going to max out our progress bar. But remember, we're going to be going all the way up to level 68 with this. So eventually, we will accidentally cap out. So we're going to use careful synthesis. And as you can see here, we got a large amount of progress bar. And then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. And this should bring us to 9 inner quiet stacks and down to 20 durability. So now we're going to max out our quality bar by doing Innovation, Great Strides, and Buyer God's Blessing. And for our last 10 durability, we're going to use them on our progress bar. So we're going to do Veneration followed by Careful Synthesis. Now once again, I have to remind you, we're going to be taking this Lev quest all the way up to level 68. So when we get to level 67, if we don't use Final Appraisal in the beginning, you're going to accidentally complete the progress bar without even working on your quality bar. So it's very important that that step is in there. It might not look like it's important now, but keep that in mind. As you level up, your progress bar is going to get easier and easier to cap out. So we've crafted 3 high quality Gameni, but we have to craft a total of 9, so we're going to do this 2 more times. And remember, we're going to be taking this all the way up to level 68. Okay, so after this first 9, we're going to craft another 27, which means we're going to be crafting a total of 36 of them. So right now we've crafted our first 9, and we're going to turn them into Chanteen. And we're going to hand over our first 3 high quality, yes, complete. Somewhat additional, hand over the next 3, yes, complete. And then we're going to hand over our last 3, and yes, and complete. Alright, so we've turned in our first 9, and we've done our first Lev quest. So go ahead and speak to Caltrain the Levmet again, and grab the level 64 Lev quest known as Super. And remember, we're going to do this Lev quest 3 more times, and we're going to craft another 27 of them. So a total of 27 high quality Gameni. So we're going to fast forward, and please keep in mind for this purposes of the video, we've already turned in the Lev quest twice, and we're about to turn it in again. So we're going to turn in the final 9. So we're going to hand over 3, yes, complete, hand over the next 3, yes, complete, and finally our final 3, hand over, yes, and complete. And as you can see here, we're almost to level 69. We're still level 68, but we're very close. So now I'm going to show you the gear that I use for this next section of the video. Now please keep in mind that we need to get at least 514 CP, which is a lot. Of course, this is after all food and buffs have been applied. And if you notice, the only equipment that I've changed is my main hand and my offhand. All the rest of the gear is all the same. Remember, we're going to need a lot of CP. So if you can't get to that, don't worry about doing this Lev quest, and instead just fall back onto the previous Lev quest that we were doing by crafting Gameni, by doing the level 64 Lev quest Super. But if you can get to the amount of 514 CP after all food and buffs have been applied, then you can continue on with this video, and we're going to grab the level 68 Lev quest. So here we go, that's all the gear. As you can see here, we only changed the main hand and the offhand. And we're going to make sure we apply our buffs. So we're going to eat high quality Blood Bowl based food. And we're going to drink high quality Cunning Craftsman syrup. And hopefully that'll get us to the amount of CP that's needed. Alright, so now we're going to speak to Caltrain the Levmet. And we're going to grab the level 68 Lev quest, known as Herky Jerky. And this is going to have us crafting 9 high quality jerked jamel. Alright, so go ahead and open up your crafting log, and in the recipe search, look for jerked jamel. And this is a very hard craft, so if you have high quality materials, feel free to use them. So we're going to go ahead and synthesize. And we're going to start off with muscle memory. And as you can see here, it's a lot of progress and a lot of quality bar that we need to get through. So we're going to do this as our first action because it is an opener. And normally we would be doing final appraisal, but as you can see here, the progress bar is so huge that we're not going to need it this time around. So we're going to do inner quiet instead. And then we're going to do veneration. And yeah, that's a lot of progress we have to punch through. So there we go. We're going to activate veneration. And then we're going to do careful synthesis. And as you can see here, we don't even get close to maxing out that progress bar. Alright, so next we're going to do waste not 2. And then we're going to do basic touch and standard touch all the way and use up all our waste not 2 stacks. So basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. And then of course basic touch and standard touch to use up our waste not 2 stacks, bringing us to 9 inner quiet stacks. And as you can see here, we still got a lot of quality bar we need to get through. So now we're going to do Master's Mend to repair our durability. And that's going to bring us up to 50, which we're going to need. This craft is very difficult. So here we go, Master's Mend, getting us to durability 50. Then we're going to do Innovation. Then we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Great Strides, and then finishing off our quality bar with Byregot's Blessing. At this point we should have 20 more durability. So we're going to use Veneration, and then we're going to use 2 to 3 careful synthesis depending on how much craftsmanship you have on your gear. So we've now crafted 3 high quality jerk jamel, but we need a total of 9 to turn in this Lev quest. So we're going to do the same rotation that we did earlier. That's muscle memory, inner quiet, veneration, careful synthesis, waste not 2, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, using up all our waste not 2 stacks, bringing us to 9 inner quiet. Then we're going to do Master's Mend to get us to durability 50. Then we're going to do Innovation, basic touch, standard touch, great strides, Byregot's Blessing to finish off our quality bar. Then we're going to do Veneration, ending off with 1 to 2 careful synthesis. Alright, so after you've crafted your 9 high quality jerk jamel, remember you're going to need 9 to turn in this Lev quest. We're then going to speak to Chantine and turn them in. So we're going to go ahead and hand over our first 3 high quality, yes, complete. Then we're going to turn in our next 3 high quality, yes, and complete. Some additional, yes, we're going to hand over our final 3 and complete. Alright, as you can see here, we're just shy of level 70. We barely didn't make it. So we're going to craft 9 more of these. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab the Lev quest, but don't do it on your end. I'm just doing it so you can see how much EXP you're going to get if you try to turn them in after you achieve level 70. But just crafting these high quality items should give you enough EXP to get you over the threshold. So whatever 3 that you make, just feel free to sell them on the market board for some gil. So we're going to do the same rotation as we did earlier. And that's going to be, of course, muscle memory, inner quiet, veneration, careful synthesis, waste not 2, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, all the way down to 0 waste not stacks, and then 9 inner quiet stacks. Then we're going to do Master's Mend to get our durability back up, Innovation, basic touch, standard touch, great strides, Byregot's Blessing to complete our quality bar, then veneration, and ending off with 2 or 3 careful synthesis. Now after we've crafted all of those, we should be pretty well into level 70, as you can see here. So I've crafted 9, we got a decent amount of EXP into level 70. Now I'm going to turn these into Chantine to show you that you're only going to get a little bit of EXP. See, as you can see here, we're only going to get 3,000 times 2. That's 6,000 EXP. That's barely anything at this point of our level. So just sell them on the market board to recoup some of the costs of the money that you've been spending so far. And there we go. We're level 70. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, alright. Thank you, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider hitting that thumbs up, hitting that subscribe button, and ringing that bell for future notifications on videos that I might be posting in the future. And in case you're interested in supporting the channel even more, I do have a merch website at streamlabs.com/DNGdangerous/merch. And until next time, take care, goodbye.